y'all, welcome to Donna's Farmhouse Kitchen. Well, if you see my previous video, I was telling you that I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm pre-making everything. This is going to be a sweet potato casserole that I'm going to make today. And then I'm going to be making a cranberry sauce and a dressing and a turkey. And just to get stuff done ahead of time and also be able to show you before Thanksgiving. The base of this recipe was actually given to me by my former mother-in-law. And over the years, I've had this recipe for probably a lot of years. I would say I've had this recipe for probably every bit of 20 years. Has it been that long? Wow. Time sure flies by. So I've been making this for a long time. But over the years, I have added more and more stuff to it and to make it better and better tasting to me. I just love flavor. As you know, if you've heard me before talk about this, I just love flavor. So this has lots of wonderful spices in it, and it's almost like a dessert, you know, but it's so good. It's so wonderful. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you will share it with your family. I've shared it with many people, many gatherings over the years, whether it be work or whether it be just with family. So it's always been a big hit. Let's get started with 6 cups of sweet potatoes. Now, I did mine in the oven this morning, and so they've been cooling for a little bit, but I have 6. Now, I tell you one thing I did do this morning I've never done was, well, I probably have done it, I may have done it before, but I let the sweet potatoes stay in there so long that they started getting black on the outside, the like black little bubbles. Don't do that. It made it where I had to make sure none of that black stuff got onto my sweet potatoes because I don't want that. This is 6 cups of sweet potatoes, which was 8 sweet potatoes before they were cooked. So it was 8, and here's a picture of them. Now I will tell you, if you look at that picture, if you go back and review, you'll see that these sweet potatoes have more of a pink color to them. I like them with a darker pink because to me they're richer tasting. They're just prettier. I don't know, I just really like them more. Now we're gonna add a cup of melted butter. Now, if you want to make a smaller batch of this, you can. Of course, you will half everything, all the ingredients, just cut them in half. And instead of using a 9x13 dish like I'm going to be using, you'll use a 2-quart casserole dish. So far we have the 6 cups of sweet potatoes and a cup of melted butter. Now we're going to add 2 cups of sugar, granulated sugar, 4 eggs beaten. I have really beat these really well. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of the pure vanilla bean paste. It smells so wonderful. And if you want to use just regular McCormick's vanilla, you can. This is actually something I'm just adding new to this year's. This is one of my new, it may be a little bit more than 2 teaspoons, just saying. And I'm going to get all the vanilla I can out of this because you don't want to waste any, you know, just don't. I was just washing my spoon off and I think I splattered stuff all over me. Just ignore it. Now we're going to put in 2/3 cup almond milk. And mix it all together. Now we're going to start adding the spices. About 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Maybe a little bit more. Let's do 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. I love the taste of nutmeg. Even though we're going to have it in our pumpkin spice, I just really enjoy that flavor. We're going to, this I haven't even opened yet, so let's get that open. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of the pumpkin spice and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. There we go. I'm going to taste test this after I mix it, just to make sure I like the flavor. Okay, let's see. And here's the consistency. It's nice and creamy. I could sit here and eat this all day, but probably not a good idea. It does have eggs in it, but it'll be okay. Now we're going to put it in a 9x13 pan. And this will be enough for a nice big gathering. Spread it out nice and even because now we're going to make a topping for it. Now, at this point, if you like a marshmallow topping, you could put marshmallows on it. It'll be okay. Now we're going to make the topping. This can be a little messy, so I'm going to put on gloves. So for the topping, we're going to put in a cup of packed brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. 5 tablespoons of butter that has been softened to room temperature. A 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. 1 cup of chopped pecans. And a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And now we're just going to start working it together. You just keep moving until you get a nice crumble and use all the butter. Because that's what makes it all nice and crusty on top when it's all baked. By the way, my oven is set for 350 degrees. And this should bake for about 30 minutes. It really depends on your oven. I will let you know how long it took after it's finished. Just just rub it on in there. Kind of squeeze it around. This is definitely one of my favorite things to make for Thanksgiving. And it tastes so good with the turkey and the dressing. It's really good. But be looking for my cranberry sauce because I'm doing a brandy orange cranberry sauce. So that's going to be one of the videos as well. Okay. So that took what, about 3 minutes, something like that. You just, like I said, you just keep mashing it around and then crumbling it up because you're about to crumble it on top of this. So let me get this pan back over here. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on. Okay, so now I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 30 minutes and bam. Doesn't that look scrumptious? I can't wait to dig in. And I think I'm going to take a little bite just to show y'all what it looks like. I have never ever had this only take 30 minutes. It took 55 minutes to cook because you wanna make sure, if you look back at the video, what I just showed you, once the center rises, then it's done. Look at this. You know, I had to make sure it tasted good. I wouldn't want to serve something that didn't taste good. The pecans are toasted, which I love. So yummy. Now, if you wanted to make this thicker, you could do it in a casserole dish and make it thicker. Of course, it's going to take longer to cook. The rule of thumb is you want your center to rise. Once it's nice and even across, then you take it out. It'll be nice and brown. So good. Okay, so the sweet potato casserole is done. Now I'm going to work on the cranberry sauce. So that's going to be a different video. So be looking for that one. It's really good too. Y'all make sure y'all make this for your family for Thanksgiving or Christmas or any other time of the year, because Kent likes it any time of the year. So make sure you make it. And thank you so much for sharing my videos and for subscribing. And by subscribing, you'll always know when I have a new video coming up. So thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. And like I said, look for the other videos. I'm getting ready to work on the cranberry sauce, then the dressing, and then the turkey. So y'all look for those videos. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.